Welcome to the Survivor Fans Podcast. I'm Joanne.
And I'm Stacy.
And we're waiting to interview Jaison from Survivor Samoa. Hi, Jaison.
Hi,
Can we
how are
get a
you?
picture? I'm
Nice to
Jaanne.
meet
I met you last night.
Yes,
This is
yes.
Stacy.
How you doing?
Jaison.
Nice to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you.
Thank you.
Get a photo. Thank you.
Of course.
So, how were you chosen to be on Survivor?
I sent in a tape and got invited out to do the interviews, and they ended up liking me, and Survivor, here I come.
Were you a fan of the show?
I was. I've seen quite a few seasons. I might not be quite as diehard as some other people, but I definitely love Survivor. It's a great show.
So what did you do to prepare yourself? I mean, you're probably already in great shape, but being a fan and knowing that you were in for a rough ride, what did you do specifically?
I tried to watch as many episodes as I could to kind of see how other people were playing and see what the strategies were on a more concrete level, as opposed to just watching as a fan where you just kind of, oh yeah, that was interesting. Now I wanted to see what the nitty-gritty details were. But it was also really hard for me to do a lot of preparation because I was in the middle of my final quarter of law school and had a lot of other things going on. I kind of took my last final on Friday and got on a plane on a Saturday for Samoa. But, I tried to work out a lot and be as physically in shape as I could be before I got there.
I wanted to tell you, we got an email from a listener in Cape Town, South Africa.
Oh, yeah?
And she said
I was just
that,
in Cape Town.
yeah, oh, wow.
Yeah.
She said that the water shot intro of you, she calls you her glorious hunk of athletic beauty.
That's right.
We wanted to tell you.
Well, if I could blush, I would definitely be turning purple right now. Thank you.
So you're still angry with the full four members that voted you out?
I don't think I was ever really angry so much as I was disappointed. I mean, and disappointed in a couple of different ways. One, of course, everybody wants to be the one that's there at the end. But I also thought that we had been through enough together, and this is part of me not being able to get out of the team mode and into the me, myself, and I mode, but I thought we had been through enough together to get more of a nod in terms of, look, I just need to let you know that this is the way this is going down tonight. But, at the end of the day, it's over, and I'm moving on, so... But I still think Natalie's great, and Mick, and even Russell. I don't necessarily think he's as bad a guy in real life as he was on Samoa. I think his wife is probably right that he's a loving father and husband and all that, and a good guy. So, I don't want to judge anybody based on 39 days in the most stressful situation I've ever been in.
So the editing made it appear that there were periods of time where you wanted to quit. Did you ever seriously consider quitting?
No, I never seriously considered quitting.
Well, it's good to hear.
Yeah, no, not at all. In fact, there would have been nothing more embarrassing or worse for me personally, just in terms of my psyche and my mentality, than quitting. So I was never going to quit, but there were definitely moments where, I'm sitting in a torrential downpour for 7 days straight going, why did I decide to do this again? Why don't I just take the bar and move on? But to me, that's a far cry from saying I was ever going to quit, which clearly I didn't do and wasn't going to do.
How did you feel about your edit overall?
I think that it was good, to be honest. I had good days and I had bad days, and it's not like they, they didn't superimpose my face on somebody else's body and show anything that I didn't do. So I feel like if I'm going to assume the risk of going out there and being a part of the game, I got to accept the consequences of whatever the edit is. And I also don't think that I came off as being terrible in any way. So I've got nothing but positive feedback.
So is there anything you wish had been shown about you on the show that didn't get aired?
I think that the only thing that worried me really was I don't think I complained any more than anybody else, but I think I got kind of a disproportionate amount of airtime complaining, which is fine. I mean, fine, whatever. But if there was something I was disappointed in, that would probably be it.
What'll stand out in your memory the most from your experience out there?
Night 36, when I was sick and had, I think I had eaten something at the Samoan feast that maybe got me sick. Or it could have been the fact that I hadn't had a real meal in 37 days or whatever. But I remember being out in the ocean just sick. I won't tell you what I was doing, but I was sick. That's about all
we can imagine.
Right. And I'm looking up at the stars in this beautiful area going, you know what, I made it to day 36, and tomorrow's day 37. And I've been through 7 days of rain. I've been through a Smurgan brawl in which two guys absolutely, tried to kill me in a ring, essentially. And I haven't eaten anything. I eat the least of anybody out there. If I can do this, I can do anything. So it was, I've always said that, but it was a moment where something clicked, and it was like true belief. No matter what the obstacle, I could make it.
So what was it like watching at home with your family and friends?
Kind of scary, to be honest, especially when I was whining so much on camera. I was like, oh, God, what do they got me doing this week? But, you learn something new every week when you turn it on, because you don't get to see all of the kind of behind the scenes maneuvering that everybody else is doing, or the interviews that they're doing and what they're saying about you. So, I think it was just as entertaining and surprising for me as it was for, anybody else who was watching it.
So what surprised you that you saw on TV that you didn't know about?
I did not know that someone on our tribe, Russell, was pouring out our water and doing other things. And, people were literally passing out. And it just, to me, is kind of like, maybe now three of them were in the finals. Maybe the strategy makes sense. But, at the beginning,
it was hard to see.
Yeah.
We had trouble understanding too.
Yeah, it's like, why would you want to lose challenges when you're going to go into a merge with few people? But, maybe he had something going on there that I didn't see, and he made it all the way, so maybe his strategy worked. But that was probably the most difficult for me, because I definitely know people were near blackout because they didn't have water.
So what's next for you?
Taking the bar in February. So another Survivor challenge for me. And then just kind of trying to figure out my life, get a job at a law firm, and do some work. We'll see.
Well, congratulations
Thank you very much.
for being in the game as long as you were.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
Appreciate it.
Does your shirt mean that you're changing colors? Or?
I didn't realize until about a half hour before the live show that I was wearing purple. And I feel kind of like a traitor right now, I'm not going to lie. I was like, where's my yellow shirt? Yeah. But it was definitely an unconscious thing, not a conscious thing. Yeah.
Thanks, Jaison.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Thanks.